after a good pickup. They've got 2nd and 4. To throw, Richardson. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first. They put a receiver in motion here left. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
They are now set for 1st and 10. They'll throw again, Richardson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's got it on the slant. Touchdown! What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Opening play, and Bo will throw. He's on the move. Now he'll heat this one deep down the right sideline.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
It's Nix out of the pistol. Throwing the out route complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go right back to Etienne. Runs inside the 35. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They've got first down from the 31. Knicks off the play action. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Knicks from the gun. Mims with the grab. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos start off well to tie things 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punt. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Has it at the 37. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Broncos will be loving their field position they have to begin this drive. Knicks with it on 1st. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. No No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. Putting a receiver in motion. Again on 2nd and 10. Nix. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it 3rd and 7. Into the hands of Colt. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be good for a Denver first. They'll throw again. Nix. Complete to Mims. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down. From the red zone now. He'll get this to Etienne. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Now toss it to Etienne. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback powering forward. San Lorenzo Neal, that Tom Rathman down there, Brock, it doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
On first down, it's Richardson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Second and 10. Again, it's Richardson. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Slot receiver headed left. 2nd and 10 now. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He has the first over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time: limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off the defense at any time.
Has him on the quick hitter. He'll have the first down and even more. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them off. Well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders looking at 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Pat Surtain has it. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Play action with Nix. Headed out right. Connects on the crosser. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
ETN on third down. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Give to the fullback, diving straight ahead. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run. You can set up even more in the run game.
Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos boat racing them to the halftime locker room. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Richardson now on 1st and 10. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop, and we've got 14 seconds to go. Trying to find Brock Bowers. So it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Wouldn't make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Throwing for the end zone. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos piling it on going into halftime. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos continue piling on to this lead. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now give this up the middle to ETN. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. On first and 10, here's Nix. Chased out to his right. Now he's taking a deep shot right. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Richardson now. Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Richardson on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And once again, they can't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
It's Nix out of the pistol. It is caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Nix off the play action. He'll get this to ETN. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Nix with it on 1st. That one's complete right side. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing off the play fake here. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. Give him 3 on that game. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Shotgun snap to Nix. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it.
Very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be Raider football. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. He puts some power on a deep one left. This is caught inside the 15. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has it well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And in for the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. They pull out the reverse. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's ETN. Juke the defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Cut out left. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's ETN on 1st down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Play action with Nix. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Buys time, rolling right. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 4. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. 3 quarters in the books from this one. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. To throw, Richardson. He's on the move. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, okay? You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They send a man in motion. On 2nd down, it's ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and 4 coming up now. ETN again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused, executing the play in front of him.
Caught quick right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Running it here with ETN. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Here's a give to ETN. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 1 yard that time, partner, so this is going to bring up 4th down and 5. Nix from the gun. He's got it to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. 1st down from the red zone. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos have likely locked up the win right there. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play. They just exposed them.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. The ball is loose. And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sidelines are best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down. Play action with Richardson. He's loaded another one up. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll throw again. Richardson. He connects downfield on 4th. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to...
He's got it deep downfield. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders get it back to a 14-point game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Broncos close to beginning the year 4-0. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now we give to ETN running right. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On third down, here's Nix. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Trying to push it deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Richardson now on second and 10. That one's caught along the left sideline. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a quick punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field. And the
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Broncos have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
He put everything he had into this one. Full extension, and he brings it in. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll run, ETN. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos picked up the fumble and ran it home. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Broncos tack on 7 more to their lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He's taken in at the 13. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10.
Who you fooling?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. That one vehemently swatted away. So it's second down coming up. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year.